Hi, this is Anna Imagination. So this is one of my favorite things to do. I've been trying to figure out how to do this for a very long time, and it finally clicked, and I went, "No, I can do this." I have something that has been in the works called the Emotional Regulation course. Now, the first thing that I had a problem with was the name. I was calling it emotional management. You're not supposed to manage your emotions. That's a misnomer, and that is one of the reasons why I had a block and I couldn't proceed with this particular program. So I put it off until I could figure out what the right way was, and I finally just figured it out, and I went, "Oh, there it is." So right off, it is called regulation. It is not management, and those are two very different things. It's emotional regulation. And I have been putting this together for a while in pieces, and then it's just been in the back of my mind. Now, this goes hand in hand with boundary setting and discernment. This is also part of the cognitive core. And basically, bottom line, there are 4 locations in your subconscious mind where emotions come from. Every time, no matter what, every time. 4 locations. They are coming from your identity. They are coming from your defense system. They are coming from your self-preservation system / fear system. And they are coming from your cognitive core. And that is it. That's all she wrote. That's all we've got. There is nothing else. Those are where your emotions come from. And when you understand where each of these emotions come from, it's going to tell you exactly what you need to do. So before we get into that, we are going to talk about 3 very special emotions, because I'm going to say this to you. Now, I've written this all out in literature, but I love to talk about it because it's such a great example. And I just tried this on my 16-year-old, and she was like, "Oh," and it was like, there it is. The 3 emotions I'm going to introduce you to is hunger, thirst, and tired. They are emotions. Now, we got these down, right? We got all of these down. We're alive. We have got these ones figured out. We have 3 emotions. These are called your control group, which means you have data. You have examples. So I'm going to show you this. The formula is I feel X. I need Y. That's the formula. I feel hungry. I need food. I feel thirsty. I need water. I feel tired. I need sleep. I feel angry. I need to evaluate my boundaries and implement a change. I feel vulnerable. I need to stand here and wait to assess the individual, to see how they respond so I know who they are. I feel scared. I need to learn more. I feel afraid. I need to learn more. I feel confused. I need to figure this out and get logical clarity immediately. I feel sad. I need to validate the sadness, reassure myself that I can try again, and then I will problem solve for a solution. I don't know how. I need to learn. I feel despair. I need to try again and learn how. I feel discouraged. I need to plan. I feel anxiety. I need to create a plan and take action. I don't know how. I need to learn. I feel stressed. I need to organize. I feel overwhelmed. I need to organize. I feel stressed. I need to plan. I feel out of control. I need to learn and plan. I feel angry. I need to create new boundaries, reassess them to make sure I am taking care of myself and denying access. I feel disgusted. I need to reevaluate my own ethics. I feel uncomfortable. I need to deny access to keep myself safe. I feel guilt. I need to reevaluate my own ethics and reinforce my self-authority. I feel panicked. I need to plan. I feel jealous. I need to learn and educate. I don't know how. I need to learn. I feel frustrated. I need to learn. That is emotional regulation. They're skills. They are skills. Having the ability to teach yourself to Pavlov dog your own emotions into chain reactions. And I want to show you this. It doesn't take long. You feel hunger. Oh, I got to go eat something. You do it. You've problem solved it. You have already mastered the proficiency scale of I am going to feed myself. You've got it down. I feel bored. You need to go do something and take action, preferably with a plan. It's the same thing over and over again. It's going to come down to deny access, and you're going to focus on boundary setting and denying access. It's going to be a lot of learning and planning. And then it's going to be a lot of organizing. And that's pretty much it. And then it's evaluating your own ethics. And then evaluating your own logic. That's it. That is all of them. That is all of them. Learn, plan, organize, evaluate. There you go. That's it. We are not taught how to deny access or boundaries. We are not taught how to learn. We are not taught how to plan. We are not taught how to organize. We are not taught how to evaluate or assess. By the way, 100% of all of these are problem-solving skills. 100% are problem-solving skills. This is emotional regulation. Problem-solving skills and emotional regulation are the exact same thing. The exact same thing. The more you practice those skills, the more you're going to be able to manage your emotions. For that reason, these are going to be the very first skills we cover. Absolutely, hands down. There's no negotiation. These are the very first skills. When you look at the skill building course, there's going to be a section that actually says emotional regulation skills. Ooh, fuzz. Not a bug. Fuzz. Not a bug. Fuzz. It's fuzz. I'm all right. Fuzz. Fuzz. Oh, you can laugh. It's all right, Liz. She's over there trying to laugh quietly, and there's no quiet about it. I look down and I'm like, what is that on my arm? I don't like bugs on my body. I feel guilt when I squish them. I feel a lot of guilt when I squish them, but I don't like them on my body. I'm just like, no, don't touch my body. I'm going to have a section that is emotional regulation. It's so funny that we're talking about emotional regulation while this happens. Irony. I'm going to have a section under the skills that's emotional regulation skills. And that's all we're going to talk about is emotional regulation skills. And that's where we're going to cover denying access boundary, learning, planning, organizing, evaluation, the evaluation skill. And I'm going to figure out something for logic because I can do it. I can absolutely reverse engineer it. But logic is trying to explain logic is like me trying to explain breathing. So give me a minute. I can do it. I just got to think about logic. Do I evaluate? I assess it. I assess my logic. I do a checks and balances. Oh my God, it's so fast. I gotta slow down my speed of synapses. And I'm like, all right, let's slow this down. When I hear something illogical, I get confused. I get confused. And that's it right there. Confusion is your logic, 100%. Confusion is damage to your logic. Your logic gets corrupted, you're confused, and then you have cognitive dissonance. Of all your emotions, confusion is the most dangerous. Of all your emotions, confusion is the most dangerous. That means you are getting logical catch-22s trapped inside your logical code. It is fuck dangerous. Of all of your emotions, confusion is the most dangerous. That is like a red flag emotion. Bail, abort, abort, abort. Like confusion, abort. That needs to be confusion, abort. That's it. Abort, abort, abort. If you are confused, abort. And the reason why is because there's only two places in the entire world you are going to feel confused. One, you're in a math class. That happens a lot because they skip the logic, everything. They skip all of logic, and then they throw you right into logic part 2, which is math. Logic is logic part 1, and then math is logic part 2. So they skip logic part 1 and they throw you right into math. That's why everyone goes, I don't understand math, until you have to be highly logical to understand math. And if you're not highly logical so that you understand logic, when you go into math, you're going to go, I'm confused because they skipped logic part 1. So I'm going to say again, there's only 2 times in the world you should not, you feel confused. And the first one is you are in a math class. The second one is a narcissist is tampering with your logical code and they are psychologically manipulating you. When you are confused, in most cases, I mean like 98% of the time, a narcissist is tampering with this. Like, dude. So you need to be using your confusion as a red flag to go, abort, I need to get, abort, you go to the bathroom. You go to the girls' room, like immediately. You get to the bathroom. And then you close the door and you calm yourself down. Ask the question, why am I confused? Really dig into it. We're going to break this down, but I really want to impart on you that confusion is part of your self-defense and it's part of your self-preservation because your logical code is being fucked up. Your logical code, I want you to imagine this. Imagine that your brain is a computer, because it is. And I want you to imagine that you operate on C++ programming. And narcissists run on JavaScript. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I know jack and shit about computers, so I don't really know what I'm talking about here. I really don't. I think in my head, JavaScript and C++ are 2 completely different computer languages. I'm assuming that that's the case. So I have no idea. Anyway, I want you to imagine for a minute, based off of those definitions, that your computer, your mind runs off of Java code or JavaScript, and the abuser runs off of C++. Now, you're fine if you've got JavaScript in your head, but then you've got an abuser who comes along and puts C++ coding, and because you run on JavaScript, you're going to look at that C++ and go, what the hell is this crap? I don't understand it. I'm confused. Now, if you don't reject the C++ coding, your subconscious mind is going to adopt it. And then you're going to have 2 binary codes inside of your brain trying to process you at the same time. This is where cognitive dissonance comes from, is you've got 2 codes now creating 2 completely different frequencies because they run on different frequencies. And now you have cognitive dissonance. And that is what gives you mental illness. Really highly damaging. And just because you're in a math class does not mean you are safe. If you are confused and you are still accepting information from your teacher and you're not going, excuse me, I'm confused, and you are still trying it is still going to be just as bad. It is still a different kind of computer coding. You should not, it is just as dangerous. Just because you are in the safety of a math class, just because you are in the safety of a math class does not mean it's any less dangerous. The danger is relative to the severity and discomfort of your emotional cognitive dissonance. It starts off with confusion, and then it becomes discomfort, and then it grows into cognitive dissonance, and then mental illness happens. Then they rewire, that would be the subconscious mind. Then the subconscious mind rewires your nervous system to accommodate the cognitive dissonance, and now you've got trauma. People have math trauma. People have learning trauma for this reason. This is where learning trauma comes from. This is why I'm so pissed off at educators. It's because they are so ignorant that they're hurting people a lot because they're bad at their job. If they were good at their job, this would not happen. Like, this is dangerous. Not knowing how the subconscious mind works is dangerous. So, confusion is bad. When you get the emotion confusion, abort. You need to step back. We're going to do a whole lot of stuff to walk you through how to disentangle confusion, how to break it back to your logic. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is 100% logic. The more logical you are, the more you study logic, you'll be fine. If you study logic, you'll be fine. You're fine. I cannot emphasize that to you enough. I'm going to walk you through the shortcuts and the ethical shortcuts. I'm going to give you like the highlights, and I'm going to give you like a crash course in this, and I'm going to break it down into layman terms. But really, study logic, because the more logical you become, the less this is going to be a problem for you. Like you don't feel confused. You do not feel confused once you learn logic. Now I'm going to tell you, here's the caveat. This is going to really come back and bite you in the butt. The more you study logic, the more you get to see Wonderland. And that's where I am. You get to join me. The more you study logic, the more you get to see all the insanity and the illogic of the world, and you go, what the hell? Yes, now you understand why I am so mad. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Welcome to my hell. Where you're just going, God, I feel like Yossarian in Catch-22. God, I feel like Hawkeye in MASH. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels exactly like that. It feels like Alice in Wonderland here. And the more logical you become, the more you're going to see it. The more logical you become, the more you're going to recognize your own illogic, and the more you're going to start to break down your own, all the crap, all that C++. You're going to recognize the C++ code inside of you. And you're going to go, this is so illogical. What's this doing inside my mind? And you're going to cast it out. And then you're going to go, oh my God, I know who I am. And then you're going to dig out. This is how logic works. And then you're going to find more C++ code. And you're going to dig that out. And you're going to be like, this doesn't even make sense. And you're going to throw it out and you're going to go like, oh, that makes so much more sense. And then you're going to come down. When we say things like, it makes so much sense. This is why. This is how emotional regulation works. But you got to be able to regulate the emotions using the instruction manual, which is, I feel X, I need Y. So we're going to break it down. We're going to have the emotional plan. That way, and I do mean every emotion. If I feel an emotion, I'm going to go in and I'm going to break it down and be like, this is the emotion. This is what it feels like. And this is what you need to do. And here's the formula. Every emotion. And then we're going to go over to the skills, and I'm going to give you the list of the emotional regulation skills. That way you can practice those skills, and then you need to work on, this is going to be a skill, is matching up. This is cognitive behavioral therapy, where you feel something and then you pause it. You use your synapses firing to completely steer and redirect, and then you interrupt and you bisect it and you point it wherever you want to go. It's that stuff. It's that stuff. That is a skill. And when you do that, then you have the ability to literally redirect and I call it strategic deliberation. And that allows you to direct it wherever it is you need to go. It is a math skill. It's strategic deliberation. And I just realized that cognitive behavioral therapy is just logic and math skills. And it wasn't actually invented by Aaron Beck to begin with. It was just logic and math skills, and he just pulled it out of logic and turned it into something fancy, branded it, slapped it into psychology, and said, look what I created. No, he didn't. It's math. It's logic. We do this in math and logic. It's problem solving. It's literally strategic deliberation in mathematics. And it works because it's logic. But instead of doing the entire logical composition, he decided to just do one of the tools. I'm giving you 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why? Why did he stop there? Why did he stop there? Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. When you use logic to figure out what they've done, and then you go, he just pulled it from, I know he was a philosopher because I looked up Aaron Beck and I went, oh, he was a philosopher. He's a philosopher because he studied logic. That's what we study in philosophy, is logic. And when you do that, you figure this stuff out. And it's just strategic deliberation and mathematical problem solving and trajectory, which means he just rebranded something that mathematics already invented. So instead of teaching all 7 problem solving skills, he only taught you 1. Now, why the hell would he do that? Why would he only do 1 of the 7 problem skills? Is he stupid or malicious? I don't know. I don't know. Which now I'm sitting here going, dude, you are not a professional because you are either stupid or malicious. See, I'm angry. I feel angry. I need to strategically direct this into something productive. That way I get things done. And this is emotional regulation. Thank you so much. May the kindest of words always find you.